Hi, friends. Another day, another 2 cents from me. I want to talk about something that is really intriguing, at least in my head lately. I just thought that the more I grow, the more I realize that I think food is a love language. As we know that we already have known about several categories or classifications of love languages as what the internet states. I think for general reason, food can be categorized in a maybe act of service. But I want to talk about food as like specific thing today because I do feel it like personally from my own experiences. I think food is a love language because how it's not when food is really representative of loves. For the context, I come from a really big family. As you know, that family from Sumatra notably known as a really big number of family. So we used to gather in like so much members, and it requires us to always bring food to whatever gathering that we are having. It's unofficial that the rule is you have to bring the food in every gathering. I think it's not only from like the Sumatra family, but like most family in Indonesia. But maybe because the family is just so big in my case, so we used to have like a lot of variations of foods, and somehow this food always gathers us, always unites us. I found that sometimes we can sit side by side, like only being each other's companion, just for discussing about food. Like, I know the best martabak in my town because of my family. I know the best bread, the best soup, best iga bakar or nasi goreng, the best in town only. I know it from my family, and it's from all the gathering that we held whenever we are together. Sometimes we just sit side by each other and not talking about anything, just chewing and enjoying the foods that we are having like together, and the togetherness is always united by food. And I think it shapes me as a person I am today. When I started to live alone, I realized that I am that one person that always makes sure to gather with my friend and we have food in it. I always, have the task to set who brings what, and I also make sure that I bring something into the table, even though sometimes we don't set anything, but I just bring it away. And I realize that not all my friends do that. I think it's a reflex and it's a habit and behavior that I always have to bring something whenever I go to someone's house, whenever I have to be together with my friends just to hang out or just to spend time together doing nothing. I always make sure that I bring food with me. I think that's because of my family as well. I do think when you bring foods for the people that you think matter, then it is the act of caring them, because that's how my family show me the loves that they have, although they have a lot of forms of love, but I can really feel the loves through the foods, especially the foods that my mom made for me and for the whole family. I mean, how food is not a love language when you put a lot of efforts to make it, and not only to make it delicious, but to consider that it's a nutrition that can grow you, that can shape your health, and can be the motor for you to do the activities. So I think it's really true, and it's really clear that food is a love language for me personally. And also, when I started to live alone, I realized that one thing that my mom always ensured to me is always food. Have you eaten? Have you taken your snacks? Yeah, just basically try having information of whether I am enjoying my food or not. I think that's a kind of love. And don't forget to like the fact that our mom always packed up with a lot of foods, and sometimes it's troubling her. to pack it up for us whenever we go back to our home. She doesn't care if the baggage is too much, but the thing is, she have to make sure that I bring all the foods from home to my staying place. And I think that's the kind of caring that is so big, that is so sincere from a mom or from like any other family member. And also this one fact that realizes me like lately, that food always reminds me of a person. Whenever I eat food, I always want to recommend it with the person that I feel like related to that food. So what I mean by this is I always have the name for every food, the name of a friend or a family in every food, and I always want to trouble myself to just open my WhatsApp, to text them, to inform them, and sometimes to bring it to them if it's possible for me, because I don't know, whatever food that makes me liking it, I feel like I want it to be tasted by the important person in my life too. So whenever a good food makes me happy, I feel like I want to make my friends or my family feel happy too about that food. So if it's possible, I will bring it to them. And I think that's the form or the kind of caring to other person, and it means love, right? So I think food is a love language, because how can it not? Yep, I think that's what I want to say for today. I hope it brings an insight to you, brings something, at least open your mind about someone's perspective of food as a love language. Thank you so much for listening to this again. Trash talk if it's not TED talk. See you guys again in the next one. Bye bye.